Well, I did promise some lovely properties, and I don't know about you, but I reckon they're pretty nice. You know, to have Adelaide with those kind of homes around, I just think it's great. Now, Kim McGuinness is here, the State Manager of realestate.com. Kim, we've got a couple of emails that have come through, so I'd just like to run these by you. From Todd Johnson for you. Do you have any examples of properties which have been sold, advertised only on realestate.com.au?
Yep, good question. We don't track the sales as much because we're an advertising medium. However, we've got a number of agents both here and particularly interstate who operate exclusively on internet only. Okay. And unless they were selling something, they wouldn't be around for long. So we know that they sell a lot of property exclusively using internet. We've had the conversation before. I personally believe you've got to get a good media mix. Yep. So I'm not necessarily advocating that's the right way to go. As a matter of fact, I don't think it is. However, internet certainly is a large component of marketing.
Just on that, my two bob's worth, what we're finding, we've been remixing our marketing packages for the tougher market. And I really do think on the top end, the really prestige properties, I think looks to me, and from what we saw in America, we're going to have a big presence still in the paper, but I think the more nuts and bolts properties are probably going to merge across or move across much more online. Yeah. That's my two bobs worth. Yeah. And now from Kirsty Simmons, question for me. Oh, I'll ask myself a question. Now that interest rates have been kept on hold, what does this specifically mean for homeowners? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll both participate in this. Yep. What's your take on it, Kim?
Look, I would love, like you, I would love to see another rate reduction. I think that you're probably going to see a 3 to 6 month flow on from any of the effects, and we're seeing that effect now in the market from the previous reductions. I would have liked to see another one. I think our market will stay pretty solid in South Australia. We have the benefit of that fairly constant market as opposed to some of the eastern states that bounce a lot. So I'm quite confident that our market's going to lift, particularly if you look at eastern states. They're seeing sales rates going above the 5-year average in Melbourne and Sydney at the moment. We're normally 6 to 12 months behind them, so I'm pretty confident we're going to go well in the next 12 months.
I guess my take on it, which has been no secret, been out there sort of quoting this for some time, but this year has been a different psyche. I can't explain why. I don't really care actually. And I just don't want to keep theorising about it, but it has been great and it's still great. So that doesn't mean big prices, but it just means people are prepared to make a decision and prepared to get on with the job.
A lot more optimism in the market at the moment.
Yeah, and people are doing things. Yeah. So that's great. Well, Kim, that's been sensational. Thanks for coming in.
Pleasure indeed.
Okay. Now let's go and have a look at some hot property. Well, that's the end of the show. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you like looking at those properties as much as we do. It's a great privilege to be handling properties of that calibre. Next week we go to Mount Compass for SA's finest, and that is like a really different property. Very exciting indeed. You'll love it. We'll see you next Wednesday at 1 PM, and in the meantime, let's go and look at some hot properties.